Hello, humans. Welcome to the Nora Show Costume College 2022 edition. However, before I share all of that awesomeness, Umbrella Academy first. I'd like to share with you close-ups of the costuming used for the big bad boss fight scene in the final episode of the current season of Umbrella Academy. Originals, not cosplay. How did this level of cool happen, you may ask? My lovely husband got us a tour of Thingergy in Burbank, California, because one of his co-pilots builds for them on his week's home. I didn't get to take a ton of film or pictures, and I saw a bunch of stuff I can't talk about. There's a movie coming out that I'm cross-eyed over, and that's all I can say. So, the morning that we flew out, I had a hair disaster. It was supposed to brush out into 50s hair. It was more disco 70s, so I decided my life would be easier if I just went to the store and bought bell bottoms. Hello everyone. We are filming in a very different place than normal. I am in California for Costume College 2022. And there were so many people that were saying, oh my gosh, I wish I was going, that I decided we're gonna do an episode. And I'm not entirely sure how this episode or what the topic is. I'm just gonna document all the way through. That's a thing, right? Anyway, so obviously this, I had a little bit of I don't know what happened. I had everything in pin curls, and then when I went to brush out, it got big and it didn't want to brush down. So I ended up going out and buying bell bottoms and going 70s big disco hair. That was fun. I now own a really nice pair of jeans that I am completely in love with. And I also have these. Aren't these the best? Dramatic nails. Anyways, I finally figured out that, well, if I'm gonna pay to have my nails done, it's the same price. Get dramatic. Okay, so the idea here is a lot of hair. It has also been hairsprayed with industrial hairspray. This is possibly the worst hair that I have ever dealt with for something like this. Okay, if you noticed, I put the two bobby pins right here to push everything in the back in right there, because again, obviously 1940s, we got the victory roll going. So one of the shapes for hair was two balls right here, two balls here, and then it just sort of went in like this, hourglass over the face. And if you have that shape, it will look like the ear. All right, so I've got this going. I love this mirror. All right, I'm gonna put on the concealer, keep doing the makeup, get the clothing on, and go down and register, because that's what we're doing. Sponsored by Starbucks. Husband's still asleep, so I'm gonna be really quiet, because that man has been doing so good. Okay, so I look rough, but this is actually genuinely how I wake up, because I'm a human. So here I am. So I'm gonna actually keep this really simple. I'm gonna wear my brown dress today. Put this on. I'm gonna go down to a freshman orientation, suck this down, get myself a shake. Let's make this less scary or less sleepy. Okay. Okay, everyone, I know this is actually shocking, but I'm not gonna change anything else. This is daytime makeup. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. That is the earliest that I've gotten up in a long, long time. Not as early as I could be, but I don't wanna do my hair. It's still a little damp. I've got a long day we have a 7:30 event tonight, and it is currently 7:12. I am not wearing foundation the entire day. My face is already angry. No. But the truth is that some of us just don't have nice skin. Some of us have problem skin. Some of us just have skin that just fights everything. So, this has been the way it is my entire life. I've done every single product out there. Anyway, this is as good as it gets. And I'm actually at peace with that. It took me 40 years, but I'm good now. This doesn't determine whether or not I have a good day. I bought a hat and another hat. Both of these hats will be discussed in future episodes. I also got to inspect a bodice that, for the life of me, I cannot remember the exact year, but wow, was that cool. All right, good morning, everyone. Wearing the mask has caused a full breakout. I am having the hardest time drinking my coffee this morning. All right, so last night, that's where we're at, last night. Last night they did a scavenger hunt, very doable scavenger hunt, where you walked around the hall of the hotel and you got to see everyone in their costumes, because people are like that, and that's pretty dope. That's the cool part. And then you got stamps and things like that. We played bingo very randomly. It was so fun. And then I realized that what I really wanted Costume College to do is do a speed dating. What cool thing do you do? And here's your business card. What's the cool thing you do, and what's your business card and all your social media handles? Oh my gosh, I would totally do some sort of round robin on that. That'd be amazing. Okay, so today, oh my goodness, I have a full lineup of classes starting at 9 a.m. and I don't have a lunch break somewhere in there. I'm gonna have to drop something, or I'm gonna have to plan a shake getting delivered to me or something. I'll figure it out. I think that today will be my last day that I put on any semblance of heels. I am impressed as all heck that I've made it as far as I have. I'm a little sore right now. Lower back's a little angry, abs are a little angry. Not really a surprise, not a problem, but something to respect. So my clothing plan is this. I'm going to do 1920s today, which means I'm going to somehow do something very cool here, roll this up and call it good. So this is more the 1920s thing that I can do versus something like this. So I'm gonna wear my pink dress today, pink stockings, and my pretty oxblood shoes. I mean, it's gonna be pretty. And then tonight I'm going to change into my black 1928 dress into the green thing, but that will make sure that the hair makes sense in general. Okay, I have one shot at this. I either get this without having to step into the shower and get this wet, or I get it right on the first time. Now, this is the only heat tool that I have, and my hair's been misbehaving this entire trip. Let's see what I can do. Costume College had a fantastic display of original works of art as well as displays of personal collections. I had about 15 minutes between class to get some footage, and I'm going to take this time to read you some of my random class notes on these amazing purses. The mesh purse. This is different from chainmail. Chainmail, armor. Mesh purse, you're talking about fine wire that originally was hand woven together to make these purses, which is absolutely wild when you think about how tiny the wire is and how you had to cut it and then you had to put it all together. Did you know that German silver is actually a nickel alloy and it's pot metal? It's not silver. I didn't know that. 1909 was when the mesh making machine was patented. Mesh purses used to be 100% handmade, which is, again, as I said, wild in my head. Metal tarnish. Pencil eraser. Whiting and Davis. The tiles are squared when they attach to the frame of the purse. Mandolin. The tiles are on an angle when attached to the frame of the purse. I have a note about cathedral frame and nothing next to that. I have no idea why. I may have just simply really liked it. If you see holes in the side where the clasp is and would hinge open, that is actually correct, and it's built so that the purse can open. Don't store baked light items together, like in a button tin. They will gas off and will cause each other to decompose. Tissue paper and let it breathe and store separate. Silk is awesome for wrapping. Aluminum foil, baking soda, and water to clean these metal purses. Okay, everything now that we're looking at with the costumery, oh my goodness. I was surrounded by some of the most talented seamstresses and creative artists I've ever seen. What I found the most interesting, however, was that there seems to be two types of people that go to costume college. The people that are very, very analytic and very, very logical, and they like to use math and they like to draw things out and they get engineering and almost science-y about what they do. And then you have like these pure creative artists that are just whipping these things out of thin air, and it's just all about what it is that they're seeing and creating. And when you get all of these individuals together, man, you get some of the prettiest art going on because you're just seeing such great variety in approach and talent. Anyway, at this point, I'm explaining to my husband what I'm looking at and basically what I'm saying, but the volume is just terrible, so I decided to dub over it. Okay, so this was a fantastic day. I wore my pink dress today with the pink stockings, with the pink shoes, and I actually got photos of it professionally done. And then I followed it up with, this number with the green. And then I did this with the black under it, which isn't on there. So I just, anyway. So, and my hair looked a lot better before. So we're gonna redo this. Anyway, I had already started taking a brush to this. This is already halfway undone. And then I realized I should probably do a video. Okay, so today's classes. Let me think about this. Where did I start? Okay, the one that I remember right now. I took, I remember. Okay, so I did a hair class and I got color matched to a hair sample of acrylic hair to then make Regency hair or any of your other time periods so that you can do the ringlets and everything else. Anyway, so that's gonna be a thing because I've already bought hair. All right, so I'm gonna play with hair and think about it because I'm starting to realize I really like playing with hair. Okay, and then what else? Oof, I am a fuzzy mess. Okay, I'm gonna actually undo most of this and then just redo it. This is not gonna be difficult, but I'm hoping that this might actually be a useful-ish video in the sense of recovering hair. Hat making, that's what I did. I didn't get over to any of the workshops because, well, we know that story. But I did get to the class and they did have one of the classes on hat making, or at least designing your own hat. How do you actually design it? How do you make a pattern? How do you actually come up with something, especially for like the large bonnets with and building it up and everything? Well, I have a new hobby now and I have things that I want to try and do. And then that was the big one for me. And then there was one more, wasn't there? There was something else I did earlier today and it was really cool. What did I do? Purses. Oh my gosh, they were so neat. All right, let me look at the mirror for a second. Okay, there and there and. It's so funny because the way I'm dividing my hair right now is not really all that different from what I was watching the lovely teachers from this morning do. And for their truly not my vintage, antique vintage hair. Anyway, ooh, bobby pin? Yeah, or bobby pins. Man, I am just finding bobby pins everywhere in my hair. Okay, I need a mirror or something. Where's my mirror? It's probably in my purse. One moment. Okay, so the purses were the metal mesh purses that you would see during the 20s and 30s. And this teacher was super cool. And I mean super cool. This is a Netflix movie in the making because you're talking about all of the purse designers for that time period all lived within basically a horseback ride distance from each other. And they were all in competition. And we know they were because of the patents. Fascinating. I have a whole new appreciation for these purses. So now I'm getting ready for the raffle and after the dinner. I'm not attending the dinner this year. This won't show because all of this is going to come down, so I'm not going to worry about this. I'm just going to get this down. Okay, I need to remember what happened here because I almost see a Lucille Ball thing happening. I need to play with this. My hair isn't pulling right now. Like I could walk out and my hair doesn't feel that now. I'm not going to. I mean, this doesn't make sense. But that was like 2 bobby pins too. Wonder if I bet I could play with that again. Okay. Doop and doop. Okay, so I got 3 in the back. I'll do 2 over here, 2 over here, and mess with the sides. Okay. I normally do not. I see the steam, but don't worry, I'm from, I was born in 1980, and yeah, you should have seen the steam off of those flat irons in the early 2000s. Whew. One of the most important things that was said to me today, there was someone in history that looked like you. There was someone with your facial structure, your weight, your frame, your coloring, okay? Like what shade you are, what kind of undershade you are, you know, like all of this. I mean, I've got so much tone in my skin. Everyone does. How about your hair color? Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna tuck that back. Okay, all of these styles that you say, they're not gonna look good on me. I'm not the right weight. I don't have the right body type. No, you do. You do. You absolutely are perfect exactly the way you are to dress in whatever era that you want. Now, here's the caveat though. Just like today, when you walk into a store, let's say you just walk into a generic store that's modern, and you go and buy some jeans, okay? Well, you're gonna have a preference right now on what pants are actually flattering on you, that you like, that other people like, which may not be the same thing, and you need to choose which one is important to you. I'm not here to judge that. We all have our reasons for doing what we do. But when you're trying to figure out your style, your aesthetic style, I don't care if it's vintage or modern, you have to actually sort of fall in love with yourself deeply. And you need to be aware of your aesthetic, your beauty aesthetic, what it is that you're really into. What makes you happy when you look in a mirror? Wow, this is really neat, but I don't quite know what to do with this. Oh, there. Okay, yeah, that needs to go away. So when you're thinking about your own personal aesthetic, just get honest with yourself. What do you like looking at? What colors do you just never need to see again on you? For whatever reason, it might be your most flattering color ever. But this is called haircut. I am actually tempted to do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. But if I continue to have that exact same problem, I'm going to figure out where it is in my hair and either talk to my hairdresser or realize I don't need to talk to anyone. I know exactly where this is and it's consistently a problem, so get rid of it. So just don't go lobbing stuff off without like serious, once your hair is done, unless it's an event, like hardcore event, like red carpet event, like you're gonna be on TV event, not like YouTube event. No, just do your hair better. All right, I'm gonna fix up my makeup just a little bit. Things were a little bit wonky. Took off, the dresses a few times. And then I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna people watch and I'm gonna participate in the raffle. And I will see you tomorrow morning and I will tell you about how my Sunday's gonna go, because I don't know yet. Anyway, okay. I am now breaking all of the skin rules I have to protect my angry, sensitive skin. All the rules are being broken. But I'm gonna look great on the surface. I found myself actually exceptionally busy with the amount of classes that I wanted to attend, so I'm not going to be able to do really any of this justice other than put it on camera. I personally didn't spend any more time in this room than what you are right now watching. I got to be, the only time that I was able to be up here was the 10 minutes between classes, and I took the risk of not being able to get down with the elevator because that's been stopping on every single floor. So hopefully someone here will go, ooh, ah, know what I'm looking at and really enjoy this. But at the end of this footage, I was able to ask the man who owned this collection to explain a little bit more about a deconstructed shoe that he has. Anything you...
Sure. So it's 18th century shoe from about 1750 thereabouts. The upper itself is of silk satin. It's lined with linen, bound with a grosgrain ribbon here. This is just the lining of the sock. It just sort of gets pasted on the inside once the shoe is finished to make it look prettier. This is a turn shoe, so we would have sewn the shoe inside out to the sole, right? That's the main sole. And then we would have attached this second sole to it, like so, and sewn the heel cover on, like this. That's where the heel cover comes on. There also happens to be a small little shank, which does a little bit more of reinforcement in there, because it is all leather there. And once you've got that, you can actually attach the top piece, which is the sole, and that's tacked as well as sewn together. You can see that the stitching is very, very fine here. It's almost invisible on the upper the cover of the heel, but it's very visible here. See that?
Okay, it is now Sunday, around 5 p.m. And you see how the camera just did that? That's how I feel. Started the day with hat blocking 101, stuffing, shaping, steamer, stiffening. I need a head block and a hat steamer, and I mean, I want some wool, parasisal. I'm probably saying that incorrect. That's the nice stuff. And you can dye it, it's straw. Look at the top of the hat. If it has an X and that's the way it came together, that's the good stuff. Feel it. I learned today that if you bite wool versus biting acrylic, it's a different bite. And I do mean bite. Acrylic is squeaky and unpleasant. So if you're wondering what your hat is made of, bite it. Yeah, I need a dolly block balsa wood head. This is the one, because this will be universal enough. And then I'm gonna get my husband to take his newly acquired lathe that isn't set up yet, and I'm gonna make him get me a button block so that I can make like fascinators and stuff. But I need a steamer and a block first, and I'm gonna go to town on that. Okay, and we talked about stiffening and, you know, shellac, gelatin, starch, or glue, pros and cons. I have a huge section on this. This is an episode, this is a thing. All right, moving on. I did a class on corsetry and the evolution of it, of that, and the different types of shaping and what they were going for and why. That was awesome. Then I took a rectangular construction class, and this one is going to be like, think Byzantine and Scandinavian Viking tunics and Iron Age and Gothic time period. That's not. I have our lenders. I don't know what autocorrect did there, but that's not correct. Okay, Persian, Turkish, Ottoman outfits. Okay, and then I did another, and the big part about that was that, and I knew this one, but I love this little piece. The width of the loom and the complete conservation of fabric of that time period was what determined the outfits. It was a no-waste process, because fabric was hard and it was luxury, and so you got to make sure that you're using this. So that was neat. And as always, mind the head and hair, and when you're trying to get something like that over, because you're not going to be dealing with buttons, zippers, fastening type of stuff, all of that. Okay. Then I did a bodice mock-up to paper pattern class. I don't have many notes on this one. That was a confidence building class where I was able to sit there and go, yes, yes, and that, and that, and that, and it was really good. It was one of those, okay, everything I'm doing is actually applicable, because she's not talking about my era. She was talking about a completely different era in time and how she's doing this with the mock-up and the bodice and everything else. And I'm like, oh, I know how to do this. So what my skills and the skills that we've been talking about on this channel, they're applicable across time. Very pleased. Okay, so then I did another hat blocking class, but that was on the, you went to Goodwill, you thrifted, and you have this squashed hat. And how do you save it? Because remember, reuse, reduce, recycle. This is the ultimate of making sure that things are taken care of. Anyway, so you're looking for wool, and you're looking for natural fibers and straw, actual straw. Skip the acrylic. You're not going to reblock this. This is nope, not even worth it. Get something good. Look for insect damage, glue marks, mildew. No to light smells. If it's got cat pee on it, if it's got cigarette smoke, you're not getting that out, and it's not worth it. Go get yourself something that's far less don't do this high maintenance thing. And if it is slightly musty, do that vodka spray in the sun thing and it will work it out. You cannot make a big hat out of a small hat. Physics actually is real here. Straw sun hats are really good to use to make bonnets. Gelatin for straw, shellac for wool. I have no idea who the heck is watching this. This seems so random, but I'm just info dumping because this is what's happened. This is what the day was. Okay, and then consider a fabric. I need to remember this one. Consider a fabric stiffener for making those the fabric flowers that I've been making, so that you don't have raveling edges. Not that it's been much of a problem, but I bet there's a fabric that's gonna just utterly be a bear someday. So no shedding, which is brilliant and clever. And then that was it. I finished it up with attending a class on how to teach a class here. I used to be a middle school science teacher. Teaching is part of me. And that was it. That's the sum total of this experience. Oh, and then the gala last night. Wow, people were beautiful. Such talent, wow. And you know, the big thing that I love about this, I have seen age ranges all the way from like 12 to, you saw some stuff, didn't you? You've seen life, a lot of life. I mean, we've got the entire age range, and then you have historical, antique, I mean, way back, you've got your SCAers, you've got your history bounders, you've got your create your own stuff because, you've got your cosplayers, you've got your vintage people. I mean, everything. You'll see everything here. This is really cool. Okay, I'm brain dead. I am tired. I am socially overdone, and it was totally worth it. But I'm gonna go eat now, and like, and then there was the bargain basement. I forgot about that. Okay, so the bargain basement, people went and recondoed their entire thing and then filled a room with their stuff.
This is my bargain basement haul. It's where attendees clear out their craft supplies, dump them in one room, and everyone goes shopping. It's brilliant. I have a haul of zippers and gloves, and all of the gloves actually fit me.
And then after that, I bought some millinery feathers. And as of right now, because I'm so brain dead, I have stuff to create. I gotta go. I have things to make. I'll see you next time.